Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the George S. Eccles Ice Center. It's time for Utah State hockey. I'm Stockton Jukes, joined by Brooks Besmer up here in the Steve Coleman broadcast booth. And the Aggies looking to keep things hot at home now, 4-0 here on the Eccles Ice on the season. A 4-2 win over Metro State out of Denver last night, a 10-3 win over Wyoming on Thursday night. And now it's the Colorado Buffs in town. Brooks, what are you looking forward to tonight?
Well, I'm looking forward to the hot start from this line again. They're starting Wallace, Gifford, and Pilgrim there, those three forwards. They started the scoring. It was Jack Wallace getting on the board early against Wyoming. And last night they were all over the place, relentless pressure. I expect them to do that again tonight.
As the Buffs get introduced here in Logan, Utah, let's go ahead and take a look at who they'll be bringing out to start this game. Between the pipes tonight, it's Harrison Smith wearing number 1, Hunter Ralstad and Calvin Stone out in front of him on defense. And the forwards for the Buffs, Tanner Simpson, Davin Levkus, and Corey DePonio. For the Aggies on the other side of the ice as they skate out for the first time this evening, it's going to be Cale Samuels between the posts, the third goalie to start in as many nights for Utah State this weekend. Owen Ramsey and Jack LaFontaine starting on defense in front of him. And it's Wallace, Gifford, Pilgrim, the forwards tonight. They have had a scoring weekend, Brooks.
They've been great, and I want to highlight it's been Jack Wallace doing what he does best, and it's the speed he has and the relentless aggression he has when he hits in on that forecheck. That's how his goal came across in that game against Wyoming. It was a big play on the forecheck there by Gifford, ended up getting that puck, passing it in front to Wallace, and he was able to slide across the ice to get the Aggies on the board early and quick, and that's what translated to a 10-3 victory that night.
Final night of Pink in the Rink weekend here at the Eccles. The Aggies wearing their pink and whites for the final time this evening. We're going to take a quick break for the national anthem at the Eccles. When we come back, the first period between Colorado and your Utah State Aggies. Stick with us on the Utah State Hockey YouTube. Welcome back into the George S. Eccles Ice Center here in Logan, Utah. Stockton Jukes joined by Brooks Besmer up here in the Steve Coleman broadcast booth. And Brooks, as we get set to see this game start, I think this is probably going to be the closest contest that we've had at the Eccles this weekend. It's kind of based on what we were seeing in warm-ups. You're telling me kind of a good feel for what to expect, and I'm interested to get your thoughts here tonight before we get this puck dropped.
Well, this Buffaloes team looks very quick. They look good on their feet. And we're going to see it off the hop here immediately. They're going to win this draw, and they're going to look to attack quick and early here.
Stretch pass attempted through the middle. Now they will dump that in behind Samuels. Knocked down LaFontaine off to the far side. Pilgrim under immediate pressure. Aggies hacking at that thing on the far wall, picked up Wallace. Wallace off to the right wing. 2 Aggies in a race for it, 2-on-2. Stick save into the back netting by Smith. He's got Solomon on the back of his jersey, but he's listed on the roster as Smith, so we're going with Smith. 19:32 on the clock, just 28 seconds off, and Utah State's got an offensive zone power play. Excuse me, not a power play face-off. I'm jumping the gun here. It's been a long homecoming weekend here in Logan.
After last night, almost everything could be a power play. There were a lot of penalties called between Metro State, even after, with 1.5 seconds left on the clock. We had 2 guys ejected from the game.
Big hit on that far side. Buffs wanted a boarding, not going to get it. Aggies shot blocked, and now here go the Buffs the other way, 2-on-2. Make it a 3-on-3 as Luke Anderson joins the play. Big body thrown just inside the blue line on that far side. Puck is picked up behind Samuels. They'll go Zach Pierce up the left wing. Pierce, stretch pass all the way across for Ferry. Ferry's going to negate that icing. Whistle dead from the farthest official away. It was waved off clearly on that far side, and now it's going to come back the other way. Zach Pierce just chirping at the official back there. That's a terrible call. Jackson Ferry was 2 strides ahead of the nearest defender. Unreal.
And not only was he the first one to that puck, he also did, I believe, touch it with his stick.
Yeah.
I believe
he tipped it just before the blue line.
So a bad call. So instead of the puck going all the way down to the Aggies end there, they're going to meet in the middle, literally, and put it in center ice here.
Aggies are going to win that face-off. Really frustrating there for Ferry, who had Pierce trailing down that left wing, had the pass open. Bogan up the near side, back to Zach Pierce. He's going to have to skate back into the defensive zone. Hackett got a stick in there, now to the far side. Flipped over the red line and into the opposite corner. Luke Anderson in chase. Still on that far wall. Mishandled, dispossessed. Here go the Aggies towards the net. Ferry has it poked off his stick. And Anderson goes into the boards behind. Utah State can't keep it in, but Bogan knocks it down with the hand on the blue line. Shot goes off the hip of a Buff. Kept in Ferry. Back down into the corner. Zach Pierce waiting for it. Pierce, far side. It's taken down, lost his skates there. And it's scooped up again by Utah State. Pass to the slot, deflected up into the air. It's going to roll all the way back to Samuels, and he'll come out of the cage to play it. Hard pass down the left wing. Trying to catch the Buffs on a change. DJ Freigang into the zone. Immediate double team. Bynan picks up the loose puck. Pass behind the net. Aggies searching for an avenue. Blue line far side. Baum. Long shot looking for the deflection. Almost got one. Pfeiffer the rebound to Bynan. Pfeiffer chasing behind net again. Good pass towards that back door. It's going to be covered up by Smith.
Chances early on here for the Aggies. It's this Bynan, Pfeiffer, and Freigang line. They ended up combining for 3 goals in last night's contest, 2 coming from Freigang, 1 from Bynan. This has been a line that they've always gone to for scoring, and it's been Bynan who's got 4 points in his past 2 games.
Freigang had 2 assists on Thursday night's contest as well. Buffs get the turnover in the neutral zone. Flip dump in, trying to beat bomb to the puck, and they will. Good check by Braden Mooney in that corner. Gets it right back. Pfeiffer, neutral zone. Pass tipped. Stick in there. Pfeiffer keeps it moving. Bynan far side. He gets hauled down behind the puck. Long pass. That one was tipped down. They will not whistle it. Big hit behind Samuels. Buffs win that puck back. No one in front of the cage, though. They pass to the near side. Cannot get that on frame. Pfeiffer. Outmanned as Freigang makes the skate. Now Ramsey, give and go. Behind the net, off the skate of Freigang. Pushes that through, gets it back, lost it. I think that came off of his heel there, and he just lost track of it. Chrysoskis clears the zone. Now LaFontaine in chase. He'll pick it up. Stretch pass tipped in. Sanborn, and this will be gloved and killed. Smith again happy to take a faceoff in his defensive zone. 16:34 to play in the first period. We're still knotted at 0. Utah State playing a lot of hockey in the offensive zone, but not challenging Smith quite yet, Brooks.
Not at all. Most of the shots that have been driven his way have gone wide. He's had a couple stick saves that he's actually put up. Great rebound control, putting it to the corner or putting it up in the netting even.
Ramsey, long shot. Oh, nearly took a bounce off the goalie and in. Now we're going to get a stoppage as that net wiggled.
Beautiful reaction save there from Smith. Good tip in front. I believe it was Sanborn in front.
Yeah, Smith just threw his body towards that near post, and that's why the puck doesn't go in the net. Sanborn again on the dot. Jammed up on the dot. Buffs come away with it. Hacked out at the neutral zone by Ramsey. LaFontaine's going to have to chase it, and that one off of a Buff stick. This will be a face-off in the Aggie defensive zone. Wholesale change now for Utah State. Gifford, Wallace, Pilgrim on. Looks like we've got Garrett Bogan in there as well on defense. Morris picks this one up off the draw. His pass toward the blue line, not handled cleanly by Bynan. Morris does get out of traffic though. Fires off the wall, looking to clear the zone. Kept alive still by Colorado. Gifford with the takeaway up to the blue line, kept alive right on the paint. Morris again behind the net trying to win his way to that puck. Good touch. Aggies can break the other way if they can skate quickly. 2-on-2 down the right wing. Wallace through the middle, could not get the pass. Good stick positioning from Colorado early in this one to keep those passing lanes closed. Wallace trying to throw a hit there and set the tone early. Can't connect. Colorado's going to take some time just to reset here, slow down the pace of this game. Utah State controlling the tempo so far. 15.5 to go. Luke Anderson cycles back into the zone. Hits the brakes right over the blue line. Now Pilgrim behind the net will skate in and collect. Wallace back to the far wall, intercepted. Lead pass way out in front of Simpson, and Colorado's going to make a change. Anderson's waiting for it. He's wide open down the left wing. Here goes Luke Anderson into space. Luke Anderson shoots into the glove of Smith.
Great play in transition. It was Baum able to find Anderson. Coming down on that left side, he had a similar play in last night's affair where he's on the left side with a lefty shot. The closer you get to the goalie, the less of a area you had to shoot that puck, but he's still able, looking for that top right corner, but a big glove save by Smith kept that one out of the net. We're still tied at 0.
It's one of the things the Aggies have done really well this weekend is cycling back into the zone, out of the neutral zone, taking that puck away in the neutral zone. They crushed Wyoming that way on Thursday. Pierce dragging through too, shot a little too high. This will go all the way back to Cale Samuels. Just over 5 down in the first period. We are still tied at 0. Empty cage for Utah State. Dangerous pass. Shot opportunity is negated by Logan Baum stepping in to make a big play with his body there. 14:40 to play now in the first. We go the other way with Zach Pierce. Has Ferry to his right. Stick handle from behind. Excellent takeaway by Hackett. Now 2 players get tangled up there. Looked like Mooney got hauled down by his stick. Now Pierce the other way. Pierce has got a one-on-one. Pierce with speed is going to lay that off for Ferry. Keeps the toe onside. Baum drops it off to Pierce all the way across for Ferry. Can't get the shot off. And now a big numbers break the other way. 3-on-1 for the Buffs. Pass into the middle is knocked down. Beautiful defensive play by Logan Baum. Excuse me, that was Mooney. Baum's on the far side getting interfered with, and there's the whistle. This one's going to be a 2-minute minor on Colorado for interference on that far side. Logan Baum getting hauled down way off the puck. Guilty party appears to be number 52, Connor Smithberger.
This Aggie power play did convert once last night. It was kind of a weird one where it was as soon as we came out of the box, we got on the power play and we scored. So technicality, it is a power play goal, but this power play has been great all season, and we're going to get our first chance to take a look at them tonight and see if they can break this stalemate.
Aggies win the faceoff. Staying on the far side, long shot, looking for the deflection right in front of the face of Smith. He catches that one cleanly. 5 seconds off the power play. We'll stay on that far side. Baum, Pilgrim, Bynan, Bogan, fragging out there right now for Utah State. That's the points line all weekend, and they're putting them out there with the man advantage. Baum keeps it on the blue line. Pass again deflected. Pilgrim stuck in the corner. Filters that one behind net, picked up by a teammate. Freigang looking for Bynan on the near side. Bynan does. Drag pass, too. Keeps it alive to the far side. Shot opens up, and it's immediately closed down. Tip in front of the net goes well wide. And a high stick is going to be the call there on Utah State.
Pilgrim does not like that one. He's debating that his stick was below the crossbar. The referee right on the goal line thought otherwise. They're going to bring this face-off to the first dot outside the zone here, across the ice from the benches. As the first power play unit's going to come out.
Anderson to take the face-off with Pfeiffer to his left, Pierce to his right. Excuse me, no, that's Freigang to his right. Zach Pierce playing defense right now. That's what a team captain does, anything you need. LaFontaine dishes back to Pierce right in front of Samuels. 1:18 remaining on the Aggie power play. We are still tied at 0 with 13:15 to go in the first period. Space in the neutral zone. Aggies switch to the near side. Pierce dumps that in off the glass. Smith out of the cage. Lost that puck underneath his skate. Utah State hunting for it on the forecheck. Pierce keeps it alive on the blue line, but it's poked right back out. Pfeiffer does get it in for Anderson. Anderson made one too many passes. Now he'll get the shot off, and a great save at the far post by Smith.
It's been a great defensive play there for the Buffaloes. It's been action-packed so far on this power play. There's still 50 seconds to go. They're going to keep that top unit out there. Hopefully an offensive zone draw here. We got a little more puck possession in the offensive end, but it was number 5 for the Buffaloes. Sorry, it might have been a different number. No, it was number 5. It was Perry, Gage Perry, making the play there to shut that down for Anderson.
Bodies piled up along that wall in the corner. Aggies get it out with 39 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Walked in by LaFontaine. Opposite side, Zach Pierce dumps it to the middle, and the shot does not get in time. Luke Anderson bodied off that puck. Pierce again slows it down. Behind the goal line for Jackson Ferry, circling to the opposite side. Dumps it off for Pierce. Backdoor. Saved by Smith. Unbelievable save.
They
wow.
run that play all the time, Stockton. It's Ferry or Pierce will go behind the
And
net.
now they cycle back in, catching Colorado on a change. Pierce trying to dice through 2. Got past 1. Didn't get past the second. Anderson, 5 seconds left on the power play. LaFontaine lost the puck. Couldn't get the pass off. And we are back to even strength. Buffs have a 1-on-none the other way. Samuel stands up and makes the save. Now back down the far side. The pace is picked up significantly. Ferry calling for it on top of the slot. Puck doesn't make it to him. Back down the right wing. Gifford throws a shoulder. LaFontaine to the far side. Shepherds a body away from the puck. Wallace breaks the zone. Loose puck. Gifford can't get there. He'll throw a body instead. Wallace gets it back in the offensive zone, though, splitting 2 different Colorado Buffaloes. Drops it off for Pilgrim. Shot into a body. Second shot off a stick. And we've got a whistle. Holding.
Holding on the Buffaloes. Again, Utah State to the power play.
This time it's number 26 for the Colorado Buffaloes, Arthur Street. Holding right in front of the crease there, and it's another Aggie power play with 11:14 to play in the first. We saw in that first power play about 30 seconds ago, Brooks, a couple different sequences there. The Aggies making 1 too many passes, it seemed like, in the offensive zone. Is that something you think they'll continue, or do you think they'll look to get shots off earlier on here?
Well, there's a lot of seams opening up when you're on the man advantage, of course, but a big thing that I see, and what they did yesterday in last night's game, was just getting the puck to the net, and good things will follow. You're a man up. They can't guard everybody. If you have an open stick in front of the net, someone's going to find that rebound and bang it home.
Baum wants it on the near side. It's on the far side with Bogan. Now across to Baum as he made the skate in towards the net. That's going to leave the zone. Sanborn down the middle. Bynum barely staying onside there. Freigang give and go down that far wall into the corner. Back to Freigang. Not wanting to hold on to it is DJ right now. He'll take it in the corner as he skates down. Takes it right back upstairs to the blue line. Baum near side. Baum long shot. Killed by Smith with 1:22 to go on the second power play of the night.
It's a good look on that shot from Baum, keeping it low, looking for a pad, maybe create a rebound opportunity there. There was a screen set in front by Reese Bynan. And then on that far side, you have Freegang and Sanborn that can crash down, ready with their sticks, hungry to kind of tap in a rebound or just bang one home.
Buffs win the defensive zone faceoff, trying to clear the zone. They can't take it away. Freigang in a dangerous spot. Tried to make the pass to Sanborn, didn't need to. Back to the blue line. Rimmed all the way around the net, picked up by Freigang. He'll circle back the other way. Opposite corner with Pierce. Blue line. Excuse me, not Pierce. I think it's Bynan. Long shot, one time from Baum off the shoulder of Smith. Near side Bynan all the way across for Bogan. Bogan lost the handle, kept it inside, gets past his man under pressure. Bynan almost receiving that on the doorstep. Now Baum from distance into Freigang. Rebound opportunity, Bynan. Rebound back out to Freigang. 38 seconds left on the power play. Utah State starting to really challenge Smith. Baum near side opens up a lane, looking to get that off of a skate of a teammate. Final pass to Sanborn in front, and now whistles as the net comes off of its mooring as Smith pushes off that near post.
Smith standing on his head here for Colorado during this penalty kill. Lots of chances in front, but there was a blocker save. That caught my eye. Reese Bynan ended up turning around right around the faceoff dot, ripping a shot on the blocker, and he patted that aside, and the reason why it's still 0-0.
Aggies put the Pierce-Anderson Ferry line back out there. Ramsey and LaFontaine on the blue line. Under 30 to go in this power play, 28 seconds before we're back to even strength. Anderson wins the faceoff to Ramsey. Fakes the shot. Down to Ferry. Ferry into the middle for Luke Anderson. One-time shot just misses left, and it's cleared out of the zone to Samuels. Pace on that clearance. Samuels can play the pass, but they decide to go conservative for Ramsey. 9.5 to play in the first period, just over halfway. Maybe one more rush if Utah State can get a pass. 5 seconds left on the power play. Ramsey with speed down the left wing. He's just going to dump that one in, and Utah State will go back to even strength, 0-2 on the power play. Good defense again from Utah State. Counter opportunity for Zach Pierce. Drags through, can't get the stick back to the shot. Poked off the crease by Smith. Upstairs, another long shot comes in and out of the glove of Smith. He'll just have to kill the play. LaFontaine looking for it from that far right side.
Well, LaFontaine was able to pocket a goal last night as well. It was the second goal of the game, if I recall. So far, the Aggies have been getting a lot of shots through traffic from the point, and that's something you want to see. But when you get those shots through and on net, right there was a bit of a rebound given up by Smith. You want to be hungry in front of the net, have your stick on the ice ready to bang one in.
Another defensive zone win for the Buffs as they break down that left wing. 2-on-4, though. Poked back to Samuels, and he will shove that behind his own net. Active stick from Garrett Bogan on the near side. Excuse me, no, that's Nolan Gifford. Gifford near interception back behind Samuels. Throwing a shoulder in there, trying to free the puck up. It's kept alive and back to the blue line for Colorado. Shot well wide right. Bouncing puck is swatted at and out of the zone. Delayed offside now is going to allow Utah State to start their rush the other way. Good handles down that right wing, right to the doorstep. Wraparound opportunity and a goal! Jack LaFontaine scores!
I'm not sure.
And they wave it off!
Goal yet. They haven't signaled a goal yet. They're signaling for a
They waved it
face-off.
off right immediately. They're going to say that Smith kicked the post off and it didn't cross the goal line. I don't know about that. I'd love to go get another look at that during the next intermission. 8:08 to go in the first period. We stay tied at 0. Aggies beside themselves with 2 calls now early in this game that they firmly disagree with.
There's
Best way
that
to answer is
offensive
do it
play.
again.
There's the offensive play from Jack LaFontaine.
Active sticks for Utah State. Bogan trying to pass that back into the zone. Kicks at it in the neutral zone. Colorado just cannot connect on the pass on entry. Still bouncing around in the Aggie zone. Trying to clear down the right side. Too many bodies in the way. Circling to the right now, Colorado struggling to make that pass down the far wall, and again, Bogan steps in to pick it out. Off the wall, Pfeiffer's the first to it, no icing. He's looking back at that linesman just to make sure this time. Pass in front. Freigang shot off the face mask of Smith and stays in the blue paint. Bogan looking for Pfeiffer in the near corner. That one too far out in front. Aggies throwing bodies, though, to keep it alive. Long shot. Punch saved by Smith. Bynum now a big interference penalty coming on Utah State, and that is bad news. Now we've got bodies flying in a fist into the face mask of a Utah State Aggie. Pfeiffer already guilty of that interference. He's going to have to be careful. Or no, it's not Pfeiffer. It looks like a different Aggie. Pfeiffer sticking up for Tate Jensen.
So Jensen to the box here, and we're going to get our first look at Colorado's power play. Looks like he was right in front of the Colorado bench. An interference penalty on Tate Jensen, just a late hit after the puck had already left the play. So the aggressive penalty kill unit for the Aggies will come out. Anderson, LaFontaine, Sanborn, and Bogan, I believe.
Luke scored shorthanded on Thursday night against the Cowboys. Trying to poke that one through to win the faceoff. Cannot do it. Buffs control the puck. Their first power play of the night. Bad pass, though, is going to allow Utah State to break the zone. Kept on the blue line. They'll switch to the near side. DePonio carries it in. Drops that one off. Gets it right back from Smithberger. Now Stone from the blue line. Fires one across. Anderson's body in the way. Back to DePonio. Stone right in the middle. His shot goes through to Samuels, and Samuels covers that up with the legs. Minute 31 remaining on the Utah State penalty kill. 6:38 to go in the first period. We are still tied at 0. DePonio on the dot for Colorado. They're going to send him out of the circle now. It's Fraley from way behind the play yelling at him. Now here's Smithberger onto the dot for the Buffs. Aggies win the faceoff with Anderson. Bomb rifled up the wall and out of the zone. So kill about 10 more seconds for Utah State. DePonio was about to touch that one, realized he was still offside. Aggies clear again. Anderson chips around one. Anderson can get back to that puck. Luke Anderson does, trying to go through the legs. Leaves it for Sanborn. His shot off the side of the cage. Anderson again just trying to throw that thing into danger. He's going to have to skate back quickly as Sanborn will pick up the pressure. And now they'll switch. 60 seconds off the kill for Utah State. Still 0-0. Wallace getting involved on the pressure now. That pass wide of Levkis, and Wallace is going to get there. Wallace has a teammate to the right. Chips that into the corner for Pilgrim. And Pilgrim's going to trap it along the wall, try and kill clock. 40 seconds left on the kill for Utah State. The Buffs looking a little sluggish on this man advantage. Levkis forced back behind his own tender. 30 seconds to play on the kill for Utah State. 5:35 in the first period. DePonio into the zone, drops it off to Smithberger on the blue line. He chips that into the corner, and Ramsey's there. Far side again, 15 seconds left on the power play. Blue line. Right side, DePonio walking it in, gets past one, now down to the doorstep, trying to pass that across the crease. Instead, swatted away by an Aggie. It looked like Bogan. Outside of the zone on the pass, and the Aggies back to even strength. Both teams not able to convert on the special teams early in this one. Bynum in to recover a bad pass from Utah State. Trying to find Logan Baum. Baum a little late to it. Under 5 to play in the first period. Wraparound attempt. Doesn't end up putting the shot on frame. Still on the near side for Colorado. They wrap back around the goal line, and the pass goes wide. They'll have to reset to the blue line on the opposite side. Pass deflected once again. Buffs clear the zone. Cycling back to that right wing. Picking up a double team of pink shirts immediately. Pfeiffer takes that away. And now the Aggies go down the left wing for Bynum, but he can't get a stick on it, and this is going to be an icing on Utah State. 4:14 to play in the first period, and we go back the other way. Both of these netminders doing a pretty good job so far, Brooks.
Yeah, definitely a lot of pressure, mainly on the Aggie offensive zone. Smith's been getting hounded with shots, but he's been standing on his head. He's been keeping his team in it. Samuels having a good amount of chances there on that last penalty kill for the Aggies. Able to see a lot of it thanks to the defenseman of the Aggies clearing up that alleyway when the shot was taken from the point. He was able to soak it all up.
Shot deflected. Cale Samuels reads it like a book and gloves that one down. 4:11 to play in the first period. We'll stay right there off to the right of Samuels. Johnson on the dot for Colorado. Poked through his legs but picked up by a winger. Stays in the Colorado zone. Fired across the pass. Bounces off 3 different sets of skates. Now the Aggies break the other way off of a good bounce. Freigang making the skate. Freigang gets the pass and chunks the shot. Pfeiffer trying to keep that alive. Sent away from him on the hit. Baum again absorbs some contact in the neutral zone. Smithberger looking for the shot. Makes that pass forward, and Samuels a beautiful poke at the last second. Cale Samuels facing his first bit of pressure tonight in the last 5 minutes, and he's made some real good plays out of the crease. That'll be dumped in by Colorado. They'll go off for a change. Utah State again, big space down the left wing for Jackson Ferry. Pierce across the crease, dropped off for Pfeiffer. Instead it'll be picked up and shot just over the crossbar. I believe that was Braden Mooney. Yes, it was. Stone the other way. Stone across the blue line. His shot off the stick of Owen Ramsey. Anderson to it in the corner and taken right back. Still loose. Near side corner, Colorado zone. Finally fired to the opposite side. There's a lot more space over there. And a long flip dump pass towards Zach Pierce over the blue line. Perfectly weighted. He'll play Ferry into the corner. Ferry puts the body in the way, trying to trap that and wait for help. Anderson comes in and takes the puck out. Ramsey, blue line. Shot well wide left. Ends up with Ferry. Pass across. Rebound opportunity. And Smith covers it up as Anderson's stick was moved out of the zone. I believe it was last second body play by Krasauskas.
It was a great play by Ramsey up at the point. Setting that puck down below the goal line. Ended up right on Jackson Ferry's tape, and he just threw it on net. You throw it low and on net, it's going to create rebound opportunities there, and Anderson had probably the best scoring chance of the night for the Aggies so far.
2:31 to play in the first period. It's going to be Luke Anderson's face-off. Utah State stacking the right side. Nobody along the near wall. Anderson moving to that puck.
We're going to have delayed penalty coming up here on Anderson.
That's tripping. A trip. Got the skate with the toe of his stick. Colorado with the goalie out, trying to get a goal here up and over the crossbar. They'll keep it alive on the near wall. Cycling back down under the goal line, and this will be touched dead by Utah State. At least it should be. They can't get a stick into it. Now it'll be dead. And for Utah State, it's going to be Luke Anderson, 2 minutes for tripping. Second kill opportunity for Utah State. This will take us down to 2 seconds left in the period if the Aggies can withstand.
Most of the traffic that Samuels has seen has been on the man advantage for the Buffaloes, so we'll see what they can do here. Like I said earlier, the Aggies have done a great job tying up sticks in front of the net, allowing Cale to see what's coming from the point. So if they continue to do so, they're going to kill off this penalty.
Off to the right of Cale Samuels, won by Colorado. Down the far wall. Shot through traffic, almost took a bounce, ends up wide of Samuels. Poked out of the zone by the Aggies, and they're being aggressive on the man down again. This time it's Pilgrim with Luke Anderson off the ice. Wallace chasing far wall. Plenty of speed from Stone there, just having a hard time handling the puck along the wall. And fired back out up the left wing by Utah State. 30 seconds off the kill. 90 seconds remaining in the period. Levkis back down the right wing. Hits the brakes halfway into the zone, drops it off for DePonio. Along the goal line, now back up the near side wall. Levkis on the blue line, walking in towards the middle. 2 Aggie bodies in the way. They go far side instead. Pass across, open net. Cale Samuels makes the save. Wow.
An athletic save there from Samuels, reaching that left pad across, basically doing the splits to keep that one out of the net, and we're still tied at 0.
Halfway through the kill, a minute left in the first period. Utah State providing a little bit of pressure here and giving Samuels time to regroup. Bynum forcing some short passes here. Stick tap in there, lost his skates. He'll have to circle back now. 40 seconds left on the man advantage for Colorado. They tip this into the zone to be an easy cleanup for Logan Baum. And right back out. 35 left on the power play. Gifford lost his skates as he tried to get to that one. Pass for Krasauskas is intercepted by Sanborn. Plays a teammate down the right wing. Wide open shot for Gifford off the chest. Rebounds all the way into the neutral zone. 15 seconds left in the period. 13 left for Utah State to kill. They'll dump this back in, and Smith's going to have to come out and play it on a bad angle. Now 5 seconds left. One more rush for Johnson down the right wing. Johnson, his pass deflected off of a stick. Krasauskas follows it up with a shot wide right, and we stay tied at 0 after 20 minutes. And this has been the most evenly matched game in the Eccles so far this season, Brooks, and I think we're in for a real good one tonight.
Well, it's been action-packed so far for the first 20. Still knotted at 0. I'd expect this next period, expect the physicality to ramp up. They're going to start to wear each other down. That's how you win hockey games. So they're going to start the physicality, get that up more. And it's been the goaltenders that have been the star of the show so far, especially Smith on the end closest to us here. He's been keeping that puck out of the net, and he's been standing on his head for a squad.
0-0 after your first 20 minutes from here at the George S. Eccles Ice Center. Stockton Jukes here with Brooks Besmer on the Utah State Hockey YouTube channel. We'll take 15 at intermission. We'll come back with a fresh sheet of ice and the second 20-minute period on Utah State Hockey's YouTube channel. Welcome back into the George S. Eccles Ice Center here in Logan, Utah. Utah State and Colorado tied at 0 after the first period. I'm Stockton Jukes, joined by Brooke Bessemer in the Steve Coleman broadcast booth. And Brooks, both these teams, 2 power play opportunities, 0 for on the man advantage, and it's been very evenly matched so far.
Yeah, the goaltenders have stood on their heads for sure. Tonight there's a lot more fans in the crowd, so I think the Aggies are going to feed into that home ice advantage. They're going to come out hot out of the gates here, and the physicality is really going to ramp up.
Homecoming weekend here at Utah State. The hockey team was out there, part of the homecoming. Brooks was out there, part of the homecoming parade this morning. Yeah, a lot of activity. Didn't have a lot of fans in the building last night. They had to compete with football. Football pulled their highest attendance of the season last night, so kind of hard to draw numbers away from that on homecoming night. But Utah State with some good representation in pink in the building this evening. Heard some Colorado fans that traveled as well. Got to imagine there's some local Utah kids on that Colorado team. It's not too far away. But so far, so good. The energy's high. It's a great weekend for Pink in the Rink for breast cancer awareness. And we're back to the dot for period number 2. Pilgrim to the right of Gifford on the dot. LaFontaine on the near side on defense. And the Buffs are going to come away with the puck to open up the second period. Bodies thrown on the near side. It's Ramsey and Wallace finishing out that 5 for Utah State back on the ice out of intermission. Jack LaFontaine down the right wing. He'll chip that back behind Smith. Doesn't make it behind the net. Took an awkward bounce and then kicked away from the crease by Smith in a dangerous spot. An awkward series of bounces there, and Smith dealt with it well. Here go the Aggies right back into the zone. Shot into the glove of Smith. He's made some real good snags with that left hand.
Good work in transition there by Wallace. Pilgrim's able to tap that puck to him. Got a good chance on net to start this period off.
29 seconds into it, Utah State will make their first change. Tate Jensen and Garrett Bogan on the blue line. Ferry Pierce, Luke Anderson up front. Aggies win that attacking zone face-off. Thrown behind the net. Ferry trying to create some traffic and pass in front to Anderson. It's gloved down by Smith. Right off the stick. That's something that Harrison Smith's done very well early on here. Just track that puck through traffic. Buffs out of the circle on the faceoff once again in the defensive zone. DePonio is going to come in to take this draw. And he'll win it for the Buffs back out to the neutral zone. Jensen can't corral it. And a Buff goes flying over his stick as he makes the pass. They're not going to call a trip there. Pierce hits the brakes under a double team. Back down into the corner. Anderson was moving the opposite way. Ferry does get a poke on it. Puts that puck in its place. Gets it back from Anderson. A minute into this one, Aggies looking for a shot. Bogan right in front of the net and off the glove of Smith into the corner. Ferry pulls it out. Ferry walking up to the net, poked away just outside the blue paint. 18:45 to play in the second. Buffs down the left wing. DePonio looking for the pass. He'll cut across. DePonio gets a shot off. Stabbed at by Samuels out of the crease and cleared by Utah State.
Beautiful save by Cale Samuels right there with the blocker.
Johnson, nasty move to the far side through the neutral zone. Picks up a bump, and Bogan's going to have a free puck. Ferry on the wall. Doesn't pick up any pressure. Softly off the glass. Anderson will chase. Utah State changes up front. Left wing again. Smithberger looking for that pass. Too far out in front. Easy stick stop. And a gloves kill by Cale Samuels. Just under 2 minutes gone here now in the second period. We are still tied at 0. Utah State with a couple early shots in this period. Smith doing a great job between the posts. Aggies win that faceoff. Mooney trying to clear the zone. Polacek stops it on the blue line. 2 Aggies go down behind the play, and this is going to be a penalty on Colorado. Charge to Alex Bauk, number 33. We've been calling him Johnson so far tonight. Or excuse me, that's yeah, it is 33. They've got him as Bauk on the roster, Johnson on his shirt. We'll go with Bauk. Third power play of the night for Utah State. They'll bring the man advantage unit back out, and it looks like it's going to be Baum on the blue line, Freigang, Bynum, and Pilgrim up front. Final defenseman, Garrett Bogan. 2 minutes down in the second period, 18 to go. Aggies trying to get back to that puck in the offensive zone. That gets around Bogan. He's got to race DePonio back to it, and he wins it. DePonio sliding down. Skates go between the legs of Bogan. He gets right back up and takes the puck the other way. 3-on-2 on the power play. Utah State poked away from Freigang in the far corner. He can't get back to it either. Neutral zone again. Bogan cycling to the opposite side. Bynan down to the goal line. Chip shot right on the doorstep from Freigang. Can't beat Smith once again. Dropped off into that left corner. Behind net, no, they stop on that far side. Bynan inside the circle. Shot took a tip. Rebound opportunity comes out. And the Buffs clear the zone. 1:15 remaining on the power play. Samuels from the corner.
Here comes the first power play unit for the Aggies now.
Bank pass towards Jackson Ferry. Tangled up immediately. Gets his body in the way, though. Allows Garrett Bogan to dump it in. Pfeiffer chase. Anderson on the other side. Kept alive. And then poked out. 1-on-2 the other way. Buffs shorthanded shot wide right. Behind the net and out of the zone. 45 seconds left on the power play for Utah State. Bodies flying in the neutral zone again. Back behind Samuels. Takes a hard bounce, though. LaFontaine will play it. Lost it for a moment. Poked it between his own legs.
There on the far side as well.
Laboring off the ice. He's replaced. Anderson back into the zone. Anderson up to the blue line. Pierce walking it around. Now LaFontaine. To the near side, down the wall, Anderson. Into the middle, Pfeiffer all the way across, Zach Pierce. One more pass, Jack LaFontaine, back to Pierce. Middle, Anderson rips one, almost buries that bottom right, but Smith, beautiful reaction again, cutting across the crease with 10 seconds left to kill.
It's a similar save to what we saw from Samuels there in that first period. Basically doing the splits to keep that one out of the net. Like you said, 10 seconds to go in this power play. We're going to bring out normal forward line. Still that top line, but Ramsey's going to come out to join LaFontaine on the blue line.
Aggies win the faceoff. Pierce has a shot. Pierce takes it off of a body and over the crossbar. 5 seconds left on the power play. Ramsey gets the rebound. Pass behind the net into the safety netting off of a boulder stick. 1 second left on the power play. Another offensive zone faceoff for Utah State. Bauk at the door, about to be released. It'll be Luke Anderson to take this. Aggies win the faceoff, and Bauk's out of the box. He'll go straight to the bench now as Utah State continues their attack. So they'll get about 5 more seconds of a man advantage. Ferry into the corner, trapped in there. Now dangerous skate towards the blue line. Aggie gets hauled down with the puck. Clean play. Fired across to the right side. Break opportunity for the Buffs, but that pass again too far out in front. Another opportunity. Ramsey, dangerous clearance, almost into his own net. Utah State, oh, what a beautiful play by Jack LaFontaine. Chips that backhand over a stick and opens up space on the opposite side. Ferry in the neutral zone can't get to it. Ends up back with LaFontaine. 15-15 to go in the second period of action. Ferry tips it in so the Aggies can make the change. And now Aggies down a man as Pierce rushes off the ice. That's going to be offside on a bad bounce. 15:05 to go in the second. Utah State dictating, it feels like, the pace of this game so far, Brooks, but just not able to find that final piece.
Well, starting off 0 for 3 on the power play is not going to help there as well. There's been a lot of possession, but no real great chances, especially on the power play that you should be generating those chances when you're a man up.
Colorado wins the neutral zone faceoff, dumped into the zone, collected by Utah State behind their own net with Mooney. Mooney trying to go to the far side for Wallace. His pass was knocked down and kept in the zone. Pass right out in front for Smithberger. He gets tangled up and can't get his stick on it. Now Pilgrim. Pilgrim to the neutral zone. Pilgrim takes a bump. Wallace pokes it over to Gifford. They're going to whistle that dead offside.
Surprisingly, Colorado might have gotten away with a slash or a hook there on Pilgrim.
He took
a stick come down on his arm there.
Side of his body turned backwards, and usually that doesn't happen naturally. So 14:38 to go in the second period. Another neutral zone faceoff, this time closer to the Aggie zone. Gifford on the dot, Pilgrim to his right. Ends up left. Wallace can't control it. Now Mooney following this one in defensively all the way to the near post. Baum didn't see where the puck went. Ends up behind him. Utah State will break the zone, and this one is going to be wide of the net for icing. 14:23, we're right back where we started this sequence. Off to the right of Cale Samuels. Lev gets to take the draw, loses that one, and puck exits the zone. Valco can't control. Backhand flipped up towards Mooney. Mooney gets his stick to it, takes a bump, can't clear the zone for Valco on the blue line. Good move, pass across the crease, through the legs of DePonio. Wallace tangling the stick up. Finally fired off the corner. Poked on the blue line by Valco. He keeps it alive by a horse's hair. Still alive as that's caught off the wall. Bodies flying behind the play. Buffs to the far side, looking for a shot off that right wing. Back behind the goal line now. Some combination passing, trying to open up the behind the net area. Does not work. Aggies 3-on-2 the other way. Pilgrim's going to slow down though and make a change as Logan Baum carries it in down the right wing. Chipped back towards the net. Deflection right in front of Smith. He's going to have to kill the play. Almost worked out for Ben Wallace.
It's a good play by Baum there.
Jack Wallace.
Yeah, Baum getting that puck to the net late in the shift. Definitely tired legs out there along with Wallace. But getting that puck to the net created a bit of a rebound chance there for Wallace. Harrison Smith still standing tall there in net.
Freigang wins it back to Morris. He'll take it one time off of a shin of a Buff, and he goes down in pain. It's Neffs. He's going to struggle his way back to the bench. That went off the right shin, and he's barely putting any weight on that side of his body. Hope that he's okay. Freigang throws a body behind the net, trying to keep this alive for Utah State's offense, and that goes into the bench and out. Colorado's bench wanted a boarding there on the hit behind the puck. Not going to happen as Tate Jensen puts his hands up and says, "What did I do?"
Jensen had multiple hits there on that shift. One of the bigger guys on that blue line for the Aggies, so good to see him, especially after last night, getting a couple penalties. Good to see him still bringing that physicality to his style of play, and definitely helps the Aggies out.
So because this pass came from the Aggies' offensive zone, it'll stay there for the faceoff to the right of Smith with 13:06 to go in the second period. Aggies trying to play that to the far wall. Can't control the faceoff. Bynan right in stride into the zone, picked up a triple team and lost the puck in a sandwich of bodies. Morris kills it in the neutral zone and gets the Aggies going back the other way. Pfeiffer touches that one dead, finds Morris on the opposite side. Excuse me, no, that was Bynan. Bynan had his skates moving the wrong way. Now Morris with a stick tap going the other way and cleared off the crease by Tate Jensen. Beautiful pass read there defensively, and he'll clear the zone with a nice chip. .12:20 remaining in the second period. We are still tied at 0. Neither one of these teams able to separate themselves quite yet. Jensen off the wall near side. This will roll up to Bynan into the neutral zone. Nice pass into the middle for Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer takes a couple bumps, keeps the puck alive. Bynan on the doorstep looking for Anderson. Chipped over Anderson's stick off the deflection. Now another stretch pass. Zach Pierce is the first into the zone. No icing. Pierce gets it behind the goal line. Spins away from pressure on that back wall. Trying to make the pass into the corner for Anderson. It's taken away. Cleared out to Ramsey. Ramsey fires in as the Aggies check back up. Anderson will chase it behind the net. Pierce into the middle. Jackson Ferry. Hard backhand from distance. almost causes problems for Smith, and that's going to be touched by an Aggie in their own attacking zone. No icing coming. 11:15 to play in the second period. Stretch pass down the right wing. Ferry knocks it down, finds Luke Anderson right down the middle, drops it off. Zach Pierce shot off the leg, and another great save. The rebound all the way out to the neutral zone. Two players tangled up at Zach Pierce and a buff in the corner. Looks like it was Bauk. LaFontaine back into the zone. Anderson follows it in again. Switching to the near side, Smithberger with the chip into the zone, followed in by Bauk. Ramsey gets it first. Ramsey, LaFontaine right side. Ferry just got knocked down in the middle of the neutral zone. Didn't quite see what happened, just heard him hit the ice. Smithberger keeps it alive, chips around Wallace. Down to the goal line, awkward angle shot, followed by the blocker of Cale Samuels. Didn't need to, ends up over the net. LaFontaine, down the right wing, Wallace. Wallace has to step over an official on the ice. And the Aggies lose the puck. Knocked down at the blue line. Gifford just onside, over to the far side for Wallace. Behind the net, pass onto the doorstep. No one in front of the crease for Utah State, and this will be icing. Halfway through the second period, 9:57 to go. Still tied at 0. And it's been both of these defenses denying quality shots for either squad.
Absolutely. There's been a couple good saves on the far side there from Smith. Low shots on goal. He's had to kick them out. But no real test so far this period for Smith, and the Aggies got to change that.
Off to Smith's right now on the faceoff. Buffs win it again. Colorado's got a slight advantage from the circle halfway through this game. Aggie forecheck gets that puck loose in the neutral zone. Smithberger along the near side wall. Poked out for Wallace. No pressure for Wallace as he recollects this one in his own zone. Sanborn down the right wing. Cuts along the blue line, right down towards the blue paint for Gifford, who was half a step late to make the deflection. Knocked down on the blue line by Mooney. That stays onside, but then poked right back out. Pfeiffer back into the zone. Pfeiffer beats one right into the chest of Smith. That might be the Aggies' best shot opportunity tonight, and Pfeiffer takes a punch to the back after the play from DePonio. He'll get a talking to from the official, and next time that'll be a 2-minute.
Like you said, one of the best chances of the night there coming from Pfeiffer. But again, it's the Aggies really not making Harrison Smith not work too hard in between those pipes, as they've just been ripping him right into his chest all night.
Another offensive zone faceoff for Utah State. How many times have we said that in the first 30 minutes of this one? Tate Jensen gets it on the blue line. Throws one in, looking for a deflection over the crossbar. Bynum trying to skate with that one. Puck doesn't agree with him and stops in its place. Off the side post, trying to, again, just catch Smith off balance there. Freigang to the far side, pass right in front for Bogan. Bogan was not expecting it. Dangerous loose puck down the left wing. Utah State delayed penalty now. That's going to be a tripping on Tate Jensen. I call a hook on Jensen.
And Pfeiffer's getting into it center ice here.
Pfeiffer's been taking some cheap shots
again
for the last 5 minutes from DePonio. And DePonio, who just had a talking to from the linesman, is probably running out of talking tos from the officials.
At one point, it'll end.
So now the third power play of the night for Colorado, much to the dismay of the crowd here in the Eccles. Jensen picking up his second minor of the game.
So Samuels, who hasn't seen a lot of play in this second period, is going to get a pretty good test here with this Colorado man advantage.
One back into the corner for Colorado. They barely keep that off the blue line. Anderson gets to it and fires it off the glass, out of the zone. That goes off of an official and dies in the neutral zone. So Pilgrim picks it up. Pilgrim shot along the crease, never made its way towards the goal. Still behind net as Anderson and Pilgrim will swap back and forth on the pressure. Good hips by Pilgrim there to pin a man along the board and knock the puck free. Back down the right wing again, Buffs into the zone. Bauk spins away from one. Blue line towards the middle, now near side for Neffs. Neffs thought about the shot, makes the pass, deflected in front of Samuels, and that one goes in on the rebound from Bauk on the far side. Power play goal for Colorado.
Bauk, who found himself in the box a couple of times in this one so far, able to break the stalemate here with 7:51 to go in the second period. But what the reasoning was, when the penalty killers get sucked in too high at the point, it leaves seams open throughout the middle of the ice, and they were able to send that one across the ice, a shot on goal, and then those forwards are going to crash down to the net, ready to bang one home, and Bauk made no mistake putting that one in the back of the net.
I believe this is the first time all weekend the Aggies have been behind in a game. 1-0 Colorado with 7:51 to go in the second period. Back into the zone for Colorado. Morris gets a stick to it. Morris off the glass, gloved down on the blue line. Ramsey trying to sweep that one along with him to the far side, gets the pass out. Moved out by Utah State. Again intercepted in the neutral zone. DePonio wins it back for the Buffs. Bad pass. Bynen's going to chase this one all the way back behind Smith. It'll be picked up by Stone. Stone towards DePonio, under-hit it. Picked up by Levkis off of a deflection. Freigang knocks that pass down, keeps it alive for Utah State. Delayed penalty coming on Colorado. Freigang to the net. Freigang drops it off at the back door, gets it on the opposite side, shoots, and scores! DJ Freigang answers in 30 seconds. It's 1-1. Sick eyes from Sam Pfeiffer to open that up on the front door, and we are level within 30 seconds of that Bauk goal.
As deflated as this rink was after that Colorado goal, that is the loudest I've heard it in the past couple of days. And DJ Freigang's got his third goal in as many games this weekend.
Two of the Buffaloes were fighting out there before the faceoff. Polacek just shoved one of his teammates back to the bench, and they were arguing for a little bit. Missed assignment, maybe?
I'd say that, or just frustration from letting that one in.
So the Buffs go on top, 7:17 remaining in the second period. The Aggies respond, 6:53 remaining in the second period. Just 24 seconds between those two goals. Aggies can't clear the zone. Baum waves him off the back wall and picks this up on the opposite side. Polacek in the neutral zone has to back it out. Samuels behind his own net in a bad spot, trying to rim that out of the zone. Shot towards him when he was out of the crease is blocked by Braden Mooney. Good awareness there from Mooney to know his goalie was out of the crease. Polacek, great pass, shot ends up deflected, stick contact, and into the back netting. 6:05 to play in the second period. This faceoff going to be off to the left of Kale Samuels. Both goaltenders having a phenomenal night so far, but now 1-1 late into the second period. Do you think we may have broken the damn wall open a little bit?
Well, I think both offenses are going to gain a little bit of confidence coming from that. The goaltenders, I think they're still going to remain sharp, as this one's been a tight game through and through.
Offensive zone win again for the Buffaloes, trying to make that pass behind the net. Aggies apply the pressure. Bogan, big hit in the corner. Man down to the ice as he tries to get back to the puck. Now to that far post. Samuels followed it well. Behind the net, still loose. Colorado again back to the blue line. Pass off center and all the way back to Smith. Smith sauce to the near side. That's going to be an icing on the goaltender. A rare one there. 5:35 to go in the second period. Aggies back the other way.
Late in the shift for Colorado now. They're going to have a defensive zone face-off with the same line being out there, as the Aggies will get some fresh legs on the ice. And it's the goal-scoring line. Pfeiffer, Freigang, and Bynan looking to contribute for the second time in this one and the 6th time in the weekend.
5:35 to play in the second. Back the net has opened for business in the last couple minutes of this one. Behind the net, Pfeiffer can't handle that. Took an awkward bounce over his stick. He ends up in the far corner with help from Bynan, gets it back. Bynan back to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer makes the pass. Bogan from distance right into the glove of Smith, making an awkward angle save there.
Great puck movement there, down low from the forward group, and then Bogan being an option up top definitely adds to the offensive ability of this team. And a great save there by Smith to answer.
To the right of Smith, Aggies kick that puck back off the dot. It'll be kept alive by Utah State's Garrett Bogan on that far side. Good pressure from Pfeiffer, can't get to the puck. Bogan knocks it down on the blue line. Sending one in towards the net, deflected early in its flight path. Another pass too far out in front will end up with Bogan. Near side, Reese Bynan has a lot of free real estate down the right wing. Trying to sauce that in towards Freigang, but could not get it up off the ice. 4:40 to play in the second. Looking for the Hail Mary. Handled well by Tate Jensen. LaFontaine up and over to DJ Freigang. Made a good play on it. Takes a bad bounce for Colorado. And it's open again down the right wing. Utah State dumps in for a change. Smith out of the net. Under pressure, Zach Pierce almost causing some havoc. Neutral zone dump again, and we've got bodies flying at mid-ice. LaFontaine got hauled down after that one. And Chrysoskis.
I think they're going to be taking both of them here for matching roughing calls.
And it should be. It should be. LaFontaine with a little too much sauce, and Chrysoskis gave it right back. So.
Well, the initial hit from LaFontaine, I believe, was a penalty as well. He did extend his arms when you go to make a hit. You can't do that. That's going to get you called for roughing. And then Chrysoskis kind of gave into it and brought him to the ice with him, and those two are going to go sit for 2 minutes together. I believe we'll have 4-on-4 as well. So, like we said, there's been a lot of 4-on-4 hockey this weekend. That opens up a lot of room for these guys to skate and use their speed. So, expect the quicker players for both these squads to be out there, and that's why we see number 6 in pink.
Couple different buffs having conversations with a couple different officials here.
Debating where the face-off's going to be.
And they still have 5 on the ice. They don't agree with the 4-on-4 call here, and they're going to have to – there we go.
Face-off should be in the neutral zone here.
It's literally right where the penalty happened.
Right where the two are wrestling.
4:08 to play in the second. Offsetting minors for Chrysoskis and Jack LaFontaine. Buffs win the face-off in the neutral zone. Levkis on the left side. Puts one right into the path of DePonio, but it's taken away by Ramsey on the stretch. Ramsey into the neutral zone. Aggies picking up speed down the right wing. Luke Anderson loving the extra space. Knocked down on the wall. Both Aggies lost track of it. This will end up behind Anderson. Baum still trying to play it in front of the blue line. He'll have to back out. Now here go the Buffs the other way. 2-on-2 down the left wing. Dropped off for the trail man. Levkis takes an awkward angle shot. Samuels closed that lane quickly, and it's whistled dead way early.
Goaltender.
And now we've got pushing and shoving coming in from behind the net. Zach Pierce.
Thought I saw a tomahawk chop there.
That was
Levkis.
Yeah, Levkis throwing a cross-check into the chest of Zach Pierce, who is known to get under your skin out there.
He's quiet, but his play speaks for itself.
He's quiet physically. He's not going to throw cheap shots, but he's not quiet verbally. I can tell you that. Kid's a heck of a golfer, too. He can do it all. Still 4-on-4 hockey as the officials clearing up some scoring things with our scorers table on the near side. Should be a minute 11 remaining on both of these penalties. They didn't have the Colorado penalty up on the board. So they're trying to put it back up there now. 3:19 to go in the second period. We are tied at 1 apiece. 2 goals, 30 seconds apart are the only 2 goals we've got in this entire contest. It was Alex Bauk with 7:17 remaining in the second period for Colorado, and 24 seconds later, Freigang leveled us up. Aggies 2-on-2 the other way, down the left wing, walking it in. Pass over to Baum is too far in front with a little too much pace on it. 1 minute remaining in 4-on-4 hockey, 3:05 remaining in the period. Shot under the stick of Freigang is easily saved by Cale Samuels.
In 4-on-4, puck possession is the key. You got a lot of ice, you got a lot of time. So what these teams should do is they should do exactly what just happened there. Get the puck with speed through the neutral zone, and when you enter that offensive zone, that's when you can look to set something up with more ice in that zone.
Neff's the face-off man for the Buffs. Wins that back in the attacking zone. Shot deflected by Bogan and wide right. Bogan staples Neff's on that far side. It'll be picked up by Tate Jensen with plenty of time. Bynan cycling back. Cuts away from the man. He cut so hard he lost his own skates and then gave it away on a bad handle. Freigang in to clean it up. 30 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey left. Freigang with speed down the left wing. Freigang circling the net. Takes a bump. Looks like Stone in there. Big physical play. Stone and Freigang starting to go at each other. And now here go the Buffs. If he can split the seam, Smithburger's got a breakaway. He cannot. Bogan too strong for that. Back to Freigang. Now here's Bynan. Freigang and Bynan can go 2-on-2. Jensen makes it a 3-on-2. Tate Jensen to his right. Reese Bynan shot into a body. Gets the rebound. Gets the second shot off. Almost beat to that far side, but a great kick save from Smith. Bogan's going to try and ice this for Utah State, but it's not going to go fast enough. Bogan throws a huge body on Krasauskas. Under 2 to play in the second period. Utah State really starting to run away with some momentum here. Nolan Gifford into the zone down the right wing. Giff throws it behind his own body, looking for Bynan on the trail. Ends up with Pilgrim. Shot knocked down by a stick right in front of Smith. Bynan down, trying to find that puck. 90 seconds remaining in the second period. Smithburger on the left side. Pass into the middle. That shot nowhere near as Bout got blown up by Braden Mooney trying to get the shot off. Gifford pins a man in the corner, keeps that puck along the wall. Poked at by Utah State. Sanborn's going to extend and chip this around. He'll get into the neutral zone. Then he's taken down behind the play. Should be a clear interference call, and it will be. 1:08 left in the second period. Utah State back to a 5-on-4.
Colorado entering the box again.
This time it's Trey Chance, number 43. Fifth minor penalty of the game.
Of course, he's going to disagree with the call, but
you know, I have a feeling if I got whistled for something, I'd probably disagree with it too. So
it was a blatant interference call, and the top power play unit's going to come out for the Aggies. Look to get something going here with 1:08 seconds left to play in this middle frame.
Buffs win that big defensive zone faceoff again. They'll fire out of the zone for Samuels to play with Neff's right in front of him. Samuels goes the other way. Mooney lets it ride. Kept in the zone by the Buffs. Short-handed opportunity. Luke Anderson sends his body in there to close out that chance. Now here goes Utah State 4-on-3. Jack LaFontaine right wing. 45 seconds to go. That one tipped right in front of the glove of Smith, and he scoops that up like a first baseman.
Great pick play by Harrison Smith in net there, negating any chance at a rebound opportunity, as there's a bit of a conference in front of the crease there. Ferry right in the middle of it. Still 40 seconds to play in the second period.
Minute 32 remaining on the Aggie power play. If they don't score in the next 41 seconds, they'll come back out onto the ice in the third with that man advantage. LaFontaine from distance right into the chest of Smith. And you brought this up earlier, Brooks, but they're having a hard time picking those corners.
Well, on a play like that, there's not much that's going to come from just taking that shot right to the chest of the goaltender. You're on the man advantage. You want to set up the system that you have. And the 1-3-1 formation is what they call it, where they'll have LaFontaine at the top, 3 guys going through the middle of the ice, and then the 1 man down low.
LaFontaine from the point over to Anderson. Right now. Right side, Anderson working behind the net now. Gets it back, looking at Jack LaFontaine. He'll hold on to the puck instead, back behind the net. All the way up to LaFontaine, chipped around him, and now here we go. Smithburger's gonna have a breakaway opportunity on Cale Samuels. Smithburger cuts Deeks. What a kick save by Cale Samuels! And now we're gonna have LaFontaine going at it with a buff on the far side.
Are you kidding me? What?
Cale Samuels, you animal.
First of all, amazing move by Smithburger. They called that the Forsberg deke from Philip Forsberg, NHL legend, where you pull it back and then one-handed tried to slip it behind the goaltender Cale Samuels. But again, showing the athleticism, full splits, keeping that one out of the net. Would have been an amazing play. Still was an amazing play by Smithburger for the Buffaloes.
He's going to take the face-off now for Colorado. Utah State's going to stack 4 right in front of Samuels. 5.7 remaining in the period. And Utah State crashes that puck right off the drop. Gets a stick to it, sends it off the wall. That's how we'll go to the second intermission. Still tied, this time at 1-1. Your goals from Bauk and DJ Freigang. 52 seconds of an Aggie power play when we come back from intermission. And Brooks, it's been a testy 40 minutes.
It's been action-packed, and it's been a lot of fun to watch and call with you, Stockton. I'm very excited for this third period. We'll see which goaltender is going to concede. I think right now it's been all goaltenders for these both teams. Cale Samuels coming up with that huge save with 5 seconds left in that middle frame, but it's been Smith who's been getting most of the test from the Aggies for these first 40 minutes of play, and I'm really excited to kick off this third period.
2 solid hockey teams going at it here on the Utah State Hockey YouTube channel. The Colorado Buffaloes in town to wrap up Pink in the Rink weekend. We'll be right back in 15 minutes with your third period of action. Don't go anywhere. This one's just getting good. Welcome back into the George S. Eccles Ice Center. It's time for the Scotsman. The third period just about to start between the Colorado Buffaloes and the Utah State Aggies, tied at 1 apiece. I'm Stockton Jukes, joined by Brooks Bessemer up here in the Steve Coleman broadcast booth. The Aggies in pink for the final time this weekend and this season. Pink in the rink weekend coming to a close. The Aggies 2-0 on the weekend, 4-0 at home this season. Looking to keep things perfect here at the Eccles, but the Buffs have been playing a fantastic game on the road. Brooks, we were just talking before we came back on the air. We're thrilled for this period.
Yes, it's been action-packed this whole game, but the third period, it's come down to the final 20 minutes here for both squads. Both goaltenders will look sharp all night long. I'm excited for this one. It's going to stay physical. It's actually going to ramp up, in my opinion, and we're going to see a lot more altercations coming out. But they're going to start the top line for the Aggies, as they're also going to remain on the power play for another 52 seconds, giving them a very good chance to get this period off to a hot start. And I'm excited to see what happens here.
Again, a bit of a different look on the power play from Coach Ray Tremblay. He's got Zach Pierce playing right defenseman right now with Anderson on the dot, Pfeiffer left wing. Buffs again win the opening period faceoff, 3 for 3 to open up the period tonight. Fired all the way around, just a little too far out in front of Pierce. He puts his body in the way, and Luke Anderson picks it up. 35 seconds left on the Aggie power play. Anderson coasting into the zone, has it poked away to the near wall. Trying to keep it moving into the corner. Pfeiffer in to help. Pfeiffer will skate behind the net and drop this one off for Ferry. Ferry moves it back to Anderson. Now Ferry cycling up towards the blue line, pass to LaFontaine, gets it right back, walks into the circle, drops the pass off, back to Jack. Far side, Pierce one time, just wide. Man, he hit that about as good as you can. 8 seconds left on the power play. Samuels plays the puck up the left wing. Pfeiffer knocks it in. One more shot opportunity. It's blocked in front of the crease. Anderson picks up the rebound. We're back to even strength. Now Pfeiffer trailing. Puck ends up behind the net. Pass in front, sticked away by Smith. LaFontaine first to it in the neutral zone, bodied away. Anderson again, and Pierce gets shoved down in front of his own bench. And he shoved again. This one's going to get some action from Jack LaFontaine. Protect your captain, fellas. We love to see it. And this is going to be offsetting minors, I would believe. The initial one against Pierce easily draws a foul. LaFontaine probably going to get one as well. He's still John with Smithberger on the near side.
LaFontaine.
That's Pfeiffer, actually.
LaFontaine could get an extra one here as well.
Zach Pierce is being skated to the box. And they're going to send a buff as well.
So LaFontaine might be getting out of it unscathed. Normally, there's going to be a third man in penalty there.
Now listen, to start that sequence, Zach Pierce was holding the guy's stick in the Aggie bench, so he did start that, and that is going to be, I think, an interference on Zach Pierce, but just way too much on the back end of that from Bauk. And he's back into the box for the second time tonight. 4-on-4 hockey again.
Lots of ice to move around, some quick skaters out for both teams.
Only took us 75 seconds to get physical, Brooks.
There we are.
It's almost like we knew it was coming.
It's going to be a fun period here, Stockton.
Bodies flying off the faceoff still. Buffs come away with it back into their own zone. Stone circling back towards Smith. Pass across, now back to the near side for Smithberger, knocks it down, picks up pressure from Freigang. Buffs taking their time getting into the zone. Nice pass out in front of Stone, but too heavy, and he can't catch up to it. Smithberger down behind the play, just lost his skates on his own. Freigang near side over the blue line. Into the circle, circles back out to the wall. Trying to pass to Jensen, underhit it, and then had it intercepted. Along the wall, Bogan picks it up off the rim of the glass. In the corner, taking his time, moving around. 1:08 seconds remaining in 4-on-4 hockey. Back to Bogan, given space to walk into the circle, shoots into the glove of Smith. What a great read and save by the Buff goaltender.
Great reaction there from Smith. An amazing chance for Garrett Bogan. It's actually, I'd say, one of the greater chances that they've had in the past, period and a half. So good look there, especially when you got 4-on-4. Lots of ice to carry the puck and set something up. So that's what they were doing, cycling the puck down the wall, creating passing lanes and other chances you can skate in and rip a shot on net just like that.
62 seconds to go in 4-on-4 hockey. It's Caleb Sanborn on the dot for Utah State. He stands across from Corey DePonio. DePonio ties him up, and the Buffs come away with it. Levkis down the right wing off the glass. Logan Baum first there, and Logan Baum skates away from him. Takes a bit of a hack to the side there. Puck came away for a second. Now Owen Ramsey's going to chase it to the near side. Baum right back to where it came from. Street intercepts. Kicked down in the neutral zone by the Aggies. Sanborn across the blue line. Looking for the pass, just jammed up again. Can't get it through the legs of the Buffs right now. DePonio takes a bump from Ramsey, keeps the puck moving. Note, got tangled up with Owen's body. Levkis on the blue line, tipped out of the zone. Good hand-eye from Nolan Gifford. 15 seconds left in 4-on-4 hockey. Pierce and Bauk will come out of the box in just a moment. Ramsey's going to fire it in so that Gifford can go off and make a change. Aggies in the middle of a forward change as well, kept in the zone so that Ramsey can change as well. Back to even strength. Pierce and Bauk back out of the ice. Bauk's going to join the play immediately, and Pierce going to skate up the neutral zone. Takes this pass, 1-on-2. Trying to drop that off for Pilgrim. Did not see Bauk behind him.
Maybe just want to make the right play there and take it in yourself. Zach Pierce had an amazing goal.
And they gave each other a little bump on the way back to the bench, too. They're not done with each other, I don't think. Hard off the wall down the left side. Samuel sitting down on the goal, not sure why. Aggies not talking to each other and give up a really good opportunity. Buffs sail it.
Bit of a floating puck there. Got under it, put it up. Looked like a field goal going up into the netting, but nonetheless a defensive zone faceoff now for the Aggies.
16:15 to play in the third. We are still tied at 1. Neutral zone, left side, big hit from Pilgrim on the back end. Aggies intercept in their own defensive zone, can't clear. Chrysoskis bodied off of it. Wallace, nice move to get away from the heavy pressure coming in at full speed. Bogan keeps it alive for now, absorbs a hit, stays in the zone for the Buffs. Finally off the blue paint for Utah State, but everyone checked up anyway. Pass attempt, kicked down. Neutral zone, Luke Anderson. Luke Anderson gets around him. Here goes Anderson down the middle. Gets through a second Buff. Awkward angle, pass across to Wallace, too hard. Utah State not shy about their offensive aggression tonight. Tough pass behind the net. Mooney's not going to get there. Buffs pick it up back behind. Samuels lost the handle right at the near post. Baum in to slap that away. Kept in the corner by Colorado. Huge hit by Mooney.
A lot of energy on this ship for the Buffaloes. They've come out looking pretty hungry to put in that go-ahead goal.
Just past 9 p.m. here in Logan. 5 minutes down in the third period. Smith's going to play this with a stick and leave it. Bauk takes a couple touches. Pass up is intercepted. Braden Mooney. Mooney walks through a couple, makes the pass. Should have shot that one. Utah State making too many passes in the zone tonight. And you don't often say that, Brooks, but they're being too unselfish.
Well, look, when it's a 1-1 game.
Fired. Oh my goodness! Water bottle roofie! Pfeiffer scores. It's 2-1 Utah State.
It's Sam Pfeiffer with one of the better shots we've seen all weekend.
Second point of the night for 2-9, a goal to go along with the assist, and the Aggies lead for the first time all night, 14:25 to play. It took us a second to call that goal because Brooks and I looked at each other with mouths wide open. That bottle flew off. I thought that went over the crossbar. It's a goal.
What a shot from Sam Pfeiffer. The Aggies now, all the momentum in their favor. We'll see if they can continue this pressure.
What a weekend from Pfeiffer, too.
Been
really
great.
Introducing himself to the crowd in Logan. Samuel's hard clearance. Mooney keeps it moving. No icing. Jackson Ferry in the neighborhood. Ferry knocks it down to the corner. Bounces out. Aggies can't control. 2-on-2 the other way as Zach Pierce makes the skate back. Now Simpson down the right side. Simpson fires. Samuels lets the rebound out, and Colorado responds in 30 seconds. What a game!
Unreal response from Colorado.
Poor rebound control from Utah State. Disorganized defense.
Goal scorer is Levkis. And Samuels was very disappointed in that. After he saw that one go and slammed the stick in frustration, he knows he shouldn't have given up that rebound. But an amazing response from the Buffaloes as they respond before we could even get the PA announcer to get our goal call out.
This game has been tied for all but 1 minute of game action. 13:56 to play in the third period. Levkis has us level again. This is good hockey. Near side, bodies flying from Pilgrim. Takes one in response, trying to cross the blue line. Here goes Smithberger the other way. Takes a poke. That one's going to go behind the net. Smithberger in chase. Pilgrim throws a shoulder. Sticks in the way. Pass is not going through for either team late in this one. Smithberger goes down. It looked like a very late hit from Kasaskis on Baum on the near side. It's going to end up being gloved by Samuels and killed with 13:29 to play. The crowd over here in this near side corner saw something they really didn't like. The official didn't see it, and I didn't either.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on there. But looks like it's Jensen, I believe, talking to the official down below the right of Cale Samuels. Maybe he took a shot up high, and that's what got the reaction from the crowd there in the Aggie defensive end. As we're going to get a switch of a forward.
Krasoskis sent off the ice, replaced on the dot. Buffs win the faceoff. Quick shot into a flurry of bodies, does not make it through. Aggies up that far wall. Baum lets it go, can't get to it. Jensen backhand around that near side wall and finally out of the zone. No icing.
Great play there by Sam Pfeiffer to get that one out of the end. And also not far enough for an icing call.
Freegang, interception. Freegang makes the pass. Bynan drops one to Freigang. He cannot convert. He whiffs on the shot. And again, Bynan right on the doorstep. Doesn't put the shot on. 12:45 to play here in Logan. We are tied at 2. Jensen, Pfeiffer clears that one, and that is going to be whistled dead. Borderline there, 50-50 call, just rolled over the goal line.
That was iffy.
And that was they hit the brakes, but they got the call. 12:36 to go. We're going back the other way. Buffs like that right side for Cale Samuels. They've been choosing that side about 80% of the time tonight when they've got the choice.
Goal scoring line remains out for the Aggies as Freegang will take the draw.
Same deal for Colorado. Levkis on the dot for the Buffs. Poke through the legs. Aggies trying to clear defensively. Thompson won't let him. Excuse me, that's Simpson. Finally, Bogan gets his stick to it, kept on the blue line. Pass not controlled. Towards the goal, floated over the blue paint and to the near side. Pass right in front, circling out under pressure. Now finds Stone on the near side wall. Pfeiffer finally lifts one off the glass, and that should not be an icing. No, that's going to spin its way all the way down, but it should stop in time. And they're giving a lot of questionable icings to Colorado, and Logan Baum had something to say about that one.
The questionable, you got to skate to get the puck. If you're not skating, they're going to call it off.
But the puck's slowing down. If you're coasting, it should be waved off. But
it's been 2 in a row now where the defensemen for the Buffs have kind of coasted to that puck. But
it did, and now it did take a big hop towards that way, and that definitely helped the case of the Colorado Buffaloes. But Utah State a little frustrated, and Cale Samuels under pressure with less than 12 to play. Still tied at 2 apiece. Another Colorado face-off win. Shot through traffic, bounces through almost an empty net opportunity on the near side, but keeps bouncing. Pass 2. Here go the Aggies. Now Ferry across the blue line. Chips into the corner. No one follows as Aggies are going to make a change. Pierce forecheck generates a bad pass through the neutral zone. Now Luke Anderson drops it off. Pierce walks it in. Nice pass to the front. Ferry was there. It stick down at the last second, and Pierce will get his own rebound on the follow-up. Pierce tripped up behind the play by Street, lost his skates on his own, they'll say. Off the glass, knocked down by Bauk, and he fires in behind Cale Samuels. Samuels out of the net to play it. Makes the pass, a dangerous one. And Pierce backtracking, didn't jump on that puck. Luckily, Street does not play it well. Chrysoskis picks it up far side. Off the wall, knocked down by Braden Mooney. Anderson spins away from one, but the puck doesn't stay with him. Mooney off the wall again, and interference by a Colorado player. That's going to be 6 men.
I think it's going to be too many men call here.
No, they're not going to give it to him. They're going to say that was deflected by an Aggie. It clearly hit a Colorado player on the bench that was leaning over the bench.
Well, what I thought I saw was a Colorado player making a change, a line change, and as he was hopping back onto the bench, it hit him in the leg. So
not going to be
just
called.
Gonna call it dead, and the puck's going to be taken to center ice here for a faceoff.
Forecheck coming in aggressively from Pilgrim. And he does end up with it. He's got Wallace to his left in a 2-on-2. Pilgrim takes it. Pilgrim shoots, just missed the bottom left corner. Goal off the mooring as it looked like Wallace careened into it behind the play. 10:34 to go. This will be a offensive zone faceoff for Utah State. Wallace, Gifford, LaFontaine out there. Pilgrim as well. Loose on the near side. Gifford stapled on the wall in the corner. Fishing out Polacek. He'll go to the other side. 10:20 remaining in the game. Stretch pass near side. Shoved forward by Chrysoskis, but touched it a little too heavy. Now Aggies go opposite side. Wallace off the glass into the neutral zone. Stone keeps it. Shot deflected. Oh, my goodness. He almost beat Cale Samuels on a bad bounce. Now to the near side from behind the net. Caponio leaves it. Back behind again. This time it's Levkis. To the blue line. Long shot. Goes wide. Takes a deflection. Levkis still ends up wide, and the Aggies will clear. Now it's a race. Sam Wallace should be able to win this for Utah State, and he does. Jack Wallace. I'm calling him all sorts of different names. It's Jack Wallace. Back into the zone, 9:25 to go in the third period. Dangerous play by Smith. Bynan almost makes him pay for it. Bogan holds the zone for a second, can't hold it too long. Out of the far side looking for Bynan, took a tip. Freigang. Cross-eye stump. Bynan rims it around, back behind net. Freigang circle, shoots off the post! Bogan, near side. Back on top of the crease, ends up behind the stick of Bynan, can't control. Gives a couple taps behind the play, but Levkis will break. Right back to Bynan, though. Bad pass from Levkis off a hit. Neutral zone, near side Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer looking for options. Right in front, nearly hammered home by Tate Jensen. Just a little too much zip on that pass. Taken away far side again. Through the middle, too far out in front of Smithberger. Jensen will be there first. Jensen back up the wall. Bynan stops it at the blue line, allows Colorado to keep the zone. Bogan looking for Pierce, too hard. And Ferry finally over the blue line. Chance back behind for Samuels, just over the red line on that one. Feathered out of the zone. Now Bauk along that far side has a man on the crease, can't get the pass in on time. Right back out to Smithberger. Smithberger handles. We've got a 3-on-2 for Colorado. Off to that left side. Shot comes in, and it's a crossbar and down. 3-2 Colorado. with 7:41 to go, Aggies just cannot pass in their own zone in this third period.
You get hemmed into your own end, and then that's when you start making bad decisions, and they did there, and it was capitalized there by the Buffaloes.
Goal goes to Calvin, no, excuse me, not 23, that's 28. Ben Clark.
So the Buffaloes will regain the lead again, and we'll see if our trend of quick responses continues here as the Aggies have 7 minutes and 41 seconds.
Again, neither team has held a lead for more than 30 seconds in tonight's game. Down the right wing, Pilgrim lets it go. That stick lifted, so it's no icing. Gifford gets a touch in the corner. Pilgrim throws a body, and that puck is up and into the bleachers. So stay in the attacking zone for Utah State. 7:26 to go in the game, off to the left of Smith. Just needs to make a couple more good saves. He's been pretty solid tonight. Again, the Buffs get sent out of the circle. This time it's Krasauskas. Gifford wins the faceoff, but the Aggies get tangled up trying to move that to the center of the zone. Fired back in. Mooney will have to chase to the far side. Gifford around the side, but the body in the way, can't get back to the puck. Aggies do keep it in. Big hits behind the play here. Buffalo's looking to finish this one out physically. Pilgrim responding well. Wallace in the neutral zone. Picks up the double team.
That was an elbow to the head. We're going to
bench.
have a power play for the Aggies now.
Krasauskas, again, the guilty party, throwing an extra shove after that one, and Krasauskas is going to the bench for an elbow.
Wallace just standing there, letting him do whatever he does. That's going to give, wait a second. No way. Pilgrim is going to the box as well.
You just can't make this up. I have no comment.
I didn't even see Pilgrim involved in that play.
No, he wasn't. He was ahead of the play. That is it's how it's been all night. Inconsistent.
Coach Tremblay is wondering the same thing we are up here in the booth. The officials are explaining it to him as Pierce is also livid talking to the official.
An elbow to the head with zero retaliation from Utah State on the back end. In fact, it was Krasauskas that shoved Pilgrim after that, and Pilgrim ends up in the box. Just beauties and stripes out there tonight. Officials talk to both benches while two more officials talk on the near side in front of the scorers' tables. Again, 6:49 to go. Right now, we're back to 4-on-4 hockey. Let's see what the call is. They give an elbow to Pilgrim. They give an elbow to either side.
Maybe there's something we did not see.
It's possible. There were bodies in the way, and we'll give it to them. But there's been a couple calls in this third period that Utah State's been asking some questions about.
Piers is still not liking the call, arguing with the official.
He's just jaw dropped talking to one of the linesmen here.
But nonetheless, the officials have made up their mind. It's going to be 4-on-4 hockey.
Yeah, they're telling Zach to go ahead and get on his way now.
And so is Luke Anderson. But the faceoff will go down to the Aggies' defensive zone as well.
We're getting a clinic right now.
I've played hockey for about 15 years. And
neutral zone penalty turns into an offensive zone faceoff for the team that is guilty.
What I'm thinking
Unreal.
is there was a chance that an elbow from Pilgrim maybe happened before the Krasauskas penalty, which would be the only reason why the defensive zone faceoff would happen for the Aggies.
Aggies clear the zone immediately. Here's Luke Anderson down the left side, trying to drag his way back towards the middle, can't get past Stone.
Simple play is better there for Anderson. Don't try to make the move, just get the puck deep.
DePonio swatted at, and that puck's going to flit its way back behind the net, and he gets sandwiched by two Aggies. Utah State bringing up the physicality in the last 6:15 of this one. Stone fires after the circle, punched by Samuels. That almost ends up back behind him and into the net. Another big hit on DePonio behind the play.
Getting called for interference. We're going to have a 4-on-3 for the Buffaloes. And the Aggie faithful is not loving it here at the Eccles.
That's the correct interference call, but it should now be 4-on-4.
Absolutely. Ramsey did interfere with the Buffalo from going to get that puck. It was a very big hit, too, making it a little bit more blatant.
Now, for the Aggies, you got to make sure you keep your head here, right? Obviously, some frustrating calls in the period. Obviously, it's frustration felt by everyone in the building that's not wearing black tonight. But that kind of stuff is just going to hurt the cause. Not to mention, you let in 3 goals with bad passing in the defensive zone. It's not the refs didn't do that to you.
With 6 minutes left, there's still a lot of time on the clock. It's 4-on-3, but you'll get back in a minute 15. And then you'll be on the penalty kill fully as well. So keeping your head is huge here.
Logan swats at it. Anderson to the far side. 2 Aggies in the corner, leaving 1 in front of the crease. That bounces awkwardly off the side of the cage. Finally cleared out of the zone by Utah State. 55 seconds remaining on the offsetting Miners, at which point we'll go back to a 5-on-4. Levkis across the top of the zone. Stone looking for a shot. Goes back to Levkis one time off the stick of Bogan. All the way out of the zone and clear. 30 seconds remaining on your offsetting Miners. Then it'll be a 45-second kill for Utah State. 5-on-4.
Great block from Bogan there. Getting a stick in the lane of that one-timer.
Krasoskis walks it in, leaves it left. Top of the zone for Stone again. Knocked away from his stick, poked out of the zone again. Now Anderson with speed. Luke Anderson to the net, scores! Luke Anderson short-handed! 4-on-3, we are tied at 3!
The speed and the stick skills of Luke Anderson on display. Are you kidding me? This place is rowdy.
Krasoskis is now going to argue that he should be let out of the box, but his team was up a man. That's not how that works.
They were matching penalties. So they're going to stay in together.
And the man only comes back out if the team that's up a man scores.
Exactly. I'm not sure what he's thinking, but are you kidding me, Luke Anderson? When this place was deflated down the first time in this game, Luke Anderson comes through, evens this one up with a little bit under 5 minutes to go.
Now it's gut check time.
It is. You will be in 6 seconds. You're going to be remaining on the kill. It's going to be a 5-on-4. Let's see it happen again. Second shorthanded goal of the weekend for Luke Anderson.
4:55 to play in the third period. We are tied at 3. Goals from David Levkis, Alex Bout, Ben Clark, Sam Pfeiffer, DJ Freigang, and Luke Anderson with the shorthanded equalizer playing 4-on-3 hockey. Do you know how rare it is to say something like that? Krasoskis and Pilgrim out of the box. Pilgrim will stay on. 34 more seconds to kill for Utah State. Good stretch pass to Stone. They go across for Krasoskis. Gets the shot off, and he yanked it left. Off the skate of a linesman in the corner. Pilgrim to the wall. Fires out of the zone. 20 seconds left to kill for Utah State, and then it gets good.
Fresh legs onto the ice for the Aggies. Gifford and Sanborn.
Heavy pass out in front of Bauk. He does get it back off a deflection. 5 seconds left on the power play for Colorado. Blue line kept alive barely. Down that left side, Levkis looking for the shot. Kicked away. We're back to even strength with 4 minutes to play. Across the blue line, chunk shot. Aggies tip at it. Gifford goes down. Takes down a buff on the back end of the play. Fired out. No tip from Wallace. Tip from Wallace. No icing. 3:45 to go. Wallace keeps it in the corner. Wallace has Sanborn out there. Fires around the wall instead of the blue line. Not sure why. Now here go the Buffs the other way. 2-on-3. Pass again just wide of its intended target. Kept in the zone down to the near side corner. Fired behind goal. Up in front. Cale Samuels got to stick to it, and it leaks away. Gifford with the body. Back behind Samuels again. Pass out front. Sticked away by Bogan. Bogan will make the skate. Wallace flips it over the head. Bogan almost plays that into the zone. 3 minutes of hockey remaining here in Logan unless we go to overtime, and this is icing on Colorado. No touch.
This shift will stay long here for the Buffaloes, as Smithberger is going to have to head back onto the bench. There's a late change, but fresh legs for the Aggies now for an offensive zone faceoff, and it's the guys who've been here all weekend, Pfeiffer, Reese Bynum, and DJ Freegang. These guys have combined for a plethora of points this weekend, and they're looking to give the Aggies a lead with under 3 minutes to go in this one.
Buffs again win a huge defensive faceoff. The faceoff margin has slowly been leaking in favor of Colorado to probably about 65-35 to this point in the game. Neutral zone again. Aggies go up the left side. DJ Freegang has Pfeiffer left. Too far out in front for Sam. Straight up into the air, knocked down by the hand of a Buff. 2.5 to go. Bynum takes it away behind the net, but he's tangled up. Bauk into clean. Pfeiffer stops behind his own net. Stretch pass Freigang, tipped into the zone off of Stone, no icing. 2:15 to play. Freigang, big body behind the net. Awkward bounce over the stick of Krasauskas. Aggies back out of the zone around the corner. Jackson Ferry, 3-on-1. Ferry makes the pass, the shot. Anderson can't hammer it home. Big stick save from Smith.
If Anderson put that one in, this place would have blown the roof off.
Oh, Aggies again take it away. Zach Pierce, near side, Zach Pierce!
It's under Smith.
It's under Smith. Where'd it go?
It's right along the post there. It did not go in.
Trapped it right on the post. Oh, my goodness. And Zach Pierce up on the blue paint. Gives a nod to Smith there.
Game respects game.
Well, I'm not sure if the words were nice, but he physically nodded at him. 3-3 with 1:42 to go in the third. Anderson on the dot. Ferry to his right, Pierce to his left. Anderson jumps the gun once. That's all he'll be allowed. And he wins it back to Pierce. Pierce back to the blue line. LaFontaine looking for a deflection, doesn't get through. Anderson again back behind the net. Ferry shovels it back. Anderson overskates it. Anderson keeps it alive. Ferry can't put it home. Unbelievable save from Smith again. 85 seconds left in the game. Again, Utah State. Walking left. Anderson up front. Ferry looking for Pierce. Can't get it through. LaFontaine, big hit. Ramsey. Pierce on the blue line. Back into the zone. Drops it off. Ferry looking for Ramsey. Tipped into the net with 1:03 to go. Will go to the left of Smith. Boy, oh boy, what a hockey game we've got tonight. Game of the season so far for Utah State.
Easily.
And a huge, huge nod before we get too carried away and we get this one wrapped up. What a game Colorado has played as well on the road. This has been a very evenly matched game, a very fun contest. And Colorado is a good hockey team out of the Big Mountain Hockey Conference. Looking forward to seeing what else they've got this season. Buff loses his footing behind the play. Samuels out of the crease, under pressure, knocked down. Samuels back to the net. Bauk fires, doesn't make it through. 50 seconds to play. Gifford overskated. Wraparound attempt, knocked out. Aggies back up the left side.
Need to get the puck into the opposite end here.
Still in neutral ice with Colorado. Bogan swats at it. Bogan trying to get back into the attacking zone. Wallace, puck stays behind him. Down the right side, Tate Jensen will clean this up with 25 seconds to play. Tied at 3 in the third. Wallace, nice touch to get away from pressure. Flips it over the top. Picked up by Nolan Gifford, shoots, tipped. Smith with the swat.
The paddle hits it out of midair and keeps it out of the net with 10 seconds to go.
Icing on Utah State from just behind center ice. 5.4 to go. This is coming down to the other side of the ice.
We'll see if they decide to pull Smith here. Might be a little bit too much time on the clock.
Yeah, he's taking a leisure skate there, but I think he'll stay. We're tied at 3 with 5.4 to go in the third period. If no one scores in 5 seconds, we're going to overtime, buddy. Oh, man, I love this game.
I think Utah State's going to call a timeout here.
They will. Wallace and
Bogan
never left the bench. We'll talk it over for 60 seconds. Brooks, if you're Utah State, I think they're going to bring out that 4-man screen right in front of Cale Samuels again and just kill the rest of this clock.
Yeah, you want to do that, but you also don't want to give any opportunity for someone to beat you off the line immediately. Once they drop that puck, if you're on that wing, you want to block them. You want to get in their way so they cannot get to that puck in case it gets tied up. I assume they're going to try to win this back. Colorado's going to want to win it back to their defensemen and get people to the front of the net and that shot on goal. So, yes, you would want that screen, but at the same time, you want man-on-man coverage here. It's similar to football. Don't let them breathe. Don't let them get that shot off. So I'd expect maybe a 2 to 3 person wall in front of that net, but you're going to have that one guy who's going to go up straight to where that puck goes and put pressure on him immediately.
Aggies look like they're just about ready to break that huddle. This puck is going to be off to the right of Cale Samuels with 5.4 remaining in the game. Colorado managed to stretch their lead out for a couple minutes there in the third period, but it was Luke Anderson, shorthanded 4-on-3, who tied this game up just a few minutes ago. Utah State with a big minute in the zone to end this game, but now they've just got one more defensive stand to make to send us to overtime. Apologies as we work on trying to get video restored here, but the puck does get killed in the corner, and we're heading to overtime. We will fix these stream issues as we are working on this intermission. They'll come out and actually, are they even going to resurface the ice in the regular season?
Resurface, but it'll take about, I'd say, anywhere from 1.5 to 5 minutes for them to come back out here and begin play again.
They're just going to hang out on the bench. So we're going to take a brief break. We'll be back in 3 minutes-ish for the start of overtime. 3-on-3, 5 minutes, I would assume. We'll find out when we come back on Utah State's Hockey YouTube channel. It's time for 3-on-3, 5 minutes, overtime hockey here at the Eccles for the first time this season. Anderson, LaFontaine, and Bynan will be on the ice for Utah State as Smithberger gets sent off the dot. Fraley's going to override it and say that Bynan was the one that jumped there, and Bynan will be sent off the dot, but Smithberger's going to stay off anyway.
Trade off anyway here.
If we don't have a goal in the next 5 minutes, we will go to a shootout. Aggies win the faceoff for the first time all night. Anderson taking his time. Anderson cutting it up through the middle. Slides left, looking for Bynan, the trail man. Instead goes LaFontaine, blue line. Long shot, LaFontaine off of Bynum's body. Now to the near side for Smithberger. Can't control. Anderson will skate it out with 4:35 to play.
You want to possess the puck.
Bynan, blue line. Didn't enter when everyone thought he would. They circle back again.
They're going to change here as well.
Bynan and Anderson off. LaFontaine all the way back behind Cale Samuels as Freigang is on the ice now. Bad pass, LaFontaine, but got Smithberger on his back foot. LaFontaine will skate it in. Jack LaFontaine pulled it way left, and Pfeiffer will clean up the rebound, but skated out to the neutral zone. No change, Colorado. They slip behind the play. Smithberger makes it a 3-on-2. Freigang. Offside. Early down the left wing is Utah State.
The little move Freigang makes there right on the blue line you can't have. You got to gain that blue line to make sure that that guy who's crashing on that far side doesn't, jump the gun there.
4 minutes to play in overtime. 3-3 your score.
This is a huge face-off. You need possession of the puck in overtime. It's going to go to the Buffaloes.
Picked up by Stone. Now they go far side. Ramsey will close off that lane. Near side, Levkis. Levkis off the wall, intercepted Freigang. Freigang trying to chip around the corner. Stays in the zone for DePonio. He'll skate across the blue line, looking for the center, followed by Pfeiffer. Back behind net, drops it off Levkis. Blue line again, this time Stone. Kicked away from Stone into the neutral zone. 3.5 to play in overtime. Levkis. Entry on the left. Pfeiffer follows. Pfeiffer swings at him. Wraparound, kick save Samuels. He'll kill the play. 3:17 to go in overtime.
Going to have a new trio of Aggies and Buffaloes onto the ice for this face-off. It's LaFontaine, Piers, and I believe Luke Anderson coming back out onto the ice. Of course, the tying goal, Luke Anderson scored. And this is a huge face-off in the defensive end.
Off to the left of Cale Samuels. Aggies win it. Pierce trying to get back to it. Buffs get there first. Across the ice, wide open on the left side. Shot block wide right by an inch. And now here goes Luke Anderson. Anderson, can he get around the corner? No, he hits the brakes. He gets tangled up, and Colorado will come away with the puck. 3 minutes to play in overtime. Cutting through the middle, looking for the shot on that right side. Wrap around. Samuels out of the crease. Knocked away by Zach Pierce. Cale Samuels got caught on a bad foot there. Bailed out by his captain. 2:45 to play. Anderson, left side. Pierce skates it along the blue line, drops it off LaFontaine. Now down to Anderson in the near side corner. Back up to Jack. Backhand looking for Pierce. Bad pass. 2-on-1 the other way. Smithberger thinking about it. Makes a nice move on the crease, and it's swatted away by LaFontaine. Now Pierce trying to get a touch on it. Balk keeps it alive. Anderson jams it to the neutral zone. Zach Pierce picks it up. Back across center ice. One change for Utah State. Excuse me, that's Reese Bynan back on the ice in place of Zach Pierce. Bynan dispossessed on the back wall. Smithberger circles. 2 minutes to go in overtime. Near side, Smithberger given a lane. Smithberger on Freigang. Just enough from DJ. Here go the Aggies. They've got time if they can get this off to Bynan, and Bogan cannot make the pass, but he's going to slow things down. They would have caught Colorado on a change there. Bogue into the corner. Less than 100 seconds to go in overtime, and Colorado doing a great job of keeping the Aggies away from possession time. Levkis near side. Poked away. Still in the zone. Towards the center of the ice. Walks it in, shoots. What a save by Samuels. Levkis again from the blue line. Fires off of a skate of an Aggie. Second shot attempt also blocked. Now DePonio. Cross the ice. Off the side netting. Samuels trying to glove it. Ends up with Freigang. And we've got a minute left in overtime. Stretch pass. Here we go. One-on-one. Reese Bynan walking it in. Gets past two. Sandwiched off the puck, and the Aggies will change at a really bad time. They get in position in time. 45 seconds remaining in overtime. Kick down on the blue line. Pfeiffer has it. Wallace down the right wing. Pfeiffer up. 3-on-2 the other way. Pfeiffer. Wallace. Across. Shot towards Pfeiffer. Wallace rebound. Can't hit it.
He took two swats at that puck, but back the other way we go.
2-on-2. Wallace following the trail man. Tipped in front. Just wide. 20 seconds remaining in overtime. One more rush. Here goes Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer hits the brakes, spins that back towards Wallace. What are we doing? Pfeiffer gets his stick held up. gets to the puck. Wallace picks it up with 7 seconds left in overtime. Sends it the other way. 5 seconds left in overtime. And we are going to a shootout.
There's no words to describe 3-on-3 hockey, especially in overtime.
Gut check after gut check after gut check. I feel dizzy right now. Both goaltenders with a fist bump at center ice. Real good game that we've got between two great teams. Good defense, good goaltending, good offense when the opportunity presents itself. And now, a best-of-3 shootout.
Supposed to be exciting. Skill showcase coming up. I believe it's going to be best of 3. So you're going to bring your top 3 shooters out.
Utah State, I would expect to see Zach Pierce, Jackson Ferry, and based on recent play, Sam Pfeiffer.
My 3, I'd go Reese Bynum, Zach Pierce, and DJ Freegang.
Freegang's a good choice, too. Freegang's got the length that can help in this situation.
But Luke Anderson, of course, came up with a
yeah.
big goal. So it's a lot of goal scorers on this Utah State hockey team.
There's points up and down this roster this weekend.
And for the Buffaloes, number 1, I believe, is going to be Smithberger. We saw a play he had on a breakaway with a very nice deke he had earlier in this game that was stopped by Cale Samuels. Maybe he'll pull that trick out of the bag again or try to catch Samuels off guard with something new.
Cale Samuels will be down to our right. Smith will be down to our left awaiting the second round. Aggies will shoot second. Is that an advantage or disadvantage, Brooks?
That is an advantage for sure.
Smithberger up first. Walking down the right side. Samuels way out of the crease. Smithberger in towards the 5-hole. Moves with it. Samuels with the save! Cale drops on it. Aggies with a chance, and here comes Zach Pierce.
We both had this one right. We knew he'd be in this shootout lineup for sure for the Aggies. Leading goal scorer a season ago.
I think he's the leading goal scorer right now, too. They got to update their stats.
Definitely makes sense. Here we go. Maybe.
Pierce was ready to go. Smith was not. Pierce gives him a creasy skate off. Here we go. Zach Pierce to the right. Walking it in. Smith standing on his toes. Zach Pierce scores! Let's go! Come on! Aggies up 1 after the first round.
A beautiful goal by Zach Pierce. Uses his hips as deception, making Smith drop into that butterfly, and he goes from his backhand to his forehand. He puts it past the blocker's side.
Anderson gives him a hero's welcome back to the bench. Now it's time for Levkis to respond.
Second goal scorer.
Samuels ready for it. Levkis taking his sweet time. Gets to the side. What a save by Cale Samuels!
A goal here wins it for the Aggies, and it's Luke Anderson. The same man that ties it up. The Alaskan native circling in the defensive end. Can he put the Aggies in the win column again tonight?
Here goes Luke. Likes the right side. Smith out of the crease. Anderson dangles, shoots. Oh, what a kick save, Smith. And now the Buffs need to put one in the net.
All fate rests on the shoulders of Cale Samuels. He's been phenomenal tonight. He's been phenomenal in the shootout.
They're going to send Corey DePonio out there, who's had a great game despite the lack of points.
He's been everywhere tonight. Physicality's been a huge part of his game. And he's an alternate captain on this team for a reason.
Been leading the physical charge for the Boulder Buffaloes tonight. This is it. DePonio walking it in from the right. Samuels down to it. Saved by Samuels! We are done!
And we were right, Stockton. The roof has officially blown off with the Eccles. Are you kidding me? What a game to finish the Pink in the Rink weekend for breast cancer awareness. It's only fitting it ended in a shootout.
Aggies move to 9-3 on the season, 5-0 on home ice. The Buffs lose a heartbreaker in a shootout on the road, but what a game they put together here at the Eccles, Brooks. And let's go ahead and get our final thoughts in, as this has wrapped up a killer weekend of hockey at the Eccles.
Look, this building is an incredibly tough place to play, and we've seen that through these first 5 games. 5-0 at home. The Aggies, of course, not dominating tonight like the past couple of games, but they figured out a way to pull through in the end, and it did take a lot of extra time. But the Aggies continue their winning ways here, and still a great game played by Colorado, and it was an excellent game to call with you, Stockton.
It's an unreal weekend for Utah State, and this kicks off a long, long time of Aggie hockey at home. Let's go over the schedule with you one more time before we let you go for the weekend. Utah State will be back at home on Friday the 24th to host the Kids in Purple. Halloween weekend, the 30th, 31st, and 1st, we're back in this building. Montana State the first to join the Aggies at the Eccles that weekend after dropping 4-3 in Bozeman, losing to Utah State on home ice for the first time in several years. The University of Montana, the Halloween game, encourage you to wear your costumes to that one. And on November 1st, it'll be the University of Providence. November 8th, University of Utah is in the building. 14th and 15th, Weber State UVU for military appreciation, and the Beehive Classic the week before Thanksgiving. Big appreciation and shout out to everyone tuned in and watched this one. And big shout out to Harrison Smith, who played a fantastic game for the Buffs tonight, getting some hugs for his backup goalie there. Again, just a lot of respect for this Colorado team. That was a great game of hockey that both sides played, and we wish the Buffs the best their travel back to Boulder. For everyone here at the Utah State Hockey Club, on the broadcast team, on the team, in the stands, we appreciate you all for tuning in on the Utah State Hockey YouTube. For Brooks Bezimer and everyone else on our crew, I'm Stockton Juke saying go Aggies, good night, and we'll see you next weekend.